Hey, it's your lousy Florida traveler. Now we're gonna slip down today to a little area called Mandalay, which is on the lower Aucilla River. There's so many cultures, we can't even begin to get into that here that started and come up through there. You had such prehistoric animals at the end of the Ice Age as the mastodon. You had a breed of horses that wasn't 2 foot tall. You had giant ground sloths that were gigantic. They describe a llama-like creature that averaged 15 foot tall. They described a prehistoric crocodile that was over 20 foot long and weighed over 1,500 pounds and could get up to 3,000 pounds. Armadillos the size of vehicles. So even when you come through that culture, in this same area, if you'd been following on Facebook, you've seen the video or the little words I did on the Confederate attack that happened here. That is all in the same location where we're going today. We're going to go down an old roadbed that hadn't been down in probably about 40 years by vehicles and been closed off, and things are growing up in it with creeks. We're going to slip off on the side and just see a little bit of nature and see what's there, see what kind of wildlife's there. It's interesting to note that after Narvaez's first trip through America and through this area, he come a little higher up, they estimate, where the sinks of the Aucilla is, which we will be doing a video on not long from now. But during the second expedition off of his notes, that they estimate that DeSoto come somewhere between Ward Island and the Mandalay area. More closer, they're figuring to the north end of Ward Island, between Big Ward Island and Little Ward Island, somewhere along around the area where the highway passes through. So, anyhow, let's just get on down the river and take a little trip and see what kind of wildlife and nature we can see, and see what the real Taylor County, Florida looks like on the Aucilla River and in the swamps without the housing developments. Follow me on down the river and let's take a little trip. Look at all them creeks. Some of them are a little dry right now. The other side's got water in it. Ooh, there's an old survey marker. Check that out. We got to get a picture of that spot. You can definitely tell that that's a road. You can see where the creek comes underneath it, and they put in a culvert. Seth just noticed a post or a piece of wood on a tree, and it's wired to it. And you can see the wires growed into the tree and pulled into the post. Barbed wire coming off of it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's there, coming off of that post that's strapped to that tree, and you can tell that's been there for years. Witness post, please do not disturb, survey marker. So here comes a point where you know it's dangerous, so you have to prioritize. The most important person should go last, least important first. Seth, send your brother-in-law. This is sure enough thick. And swamps on both sides. We're gonna ease through here and hopefully not get bit by a water moccasin. Not get on the gator. So as we're walking through this thick stuff, Seth notices another old post, not really much to it, but a little Plateau Swamp there. We're headed back toward the bend of the river at this point. We're right on the edge of the Aucilla. As a side note, we're getting close to the area. If some of you follow on Facebook may have seen where I posted this stuff about the Confederate attack on Union, where they killed the people, the soldiers. It was right up the river from this area. Seth's come up on a bunch of pile of rocks we're gonna check out right here. You can definitely tell those were piled there. Not sure what purpose. As one final reference before we slip off here, Aucilla River is right there. I mean, you can see the water through the trees. See some buoys right there, crab buoys. We're just walking through the woods. We come across this tree that's tore down for some time, and right here behind it, laying on the hill, there's pieces of flint, pieces of pottery, all over right here. I think that one's got some design in it. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? That pottery's got impressions in it. Oh, there's another one. That piece, look at the impressions in that pottery. There's two pieces there, laying amongst that flint on top of the ground. But as cool as that is, it's illegal to take artifacts out of the woods, so we're gonna leave it like we found it. Several tools here. Just goes to show you. You see a tree fell over in the woods. I think I mentioned that on one of my videos one time about looking to see what you see. You see all the flint all around right here. There's flint everywhere. As you can see, this area is just massive, massive flint. The real Florida. Many creeks in this area, little tributaries run. This one runs into a bog up there. We're gonna leave it across here. We're back on dry ground. We headed back to the main road now. Easing through here trying to find our way back. The palm trees and cabbage trees are just, they're abundant here. We may come back and explore around the edges a little more. Beautiful creeks, abundant with wildlife. Walking here and see this old war piece of cypress. What do you reckon's flowed over that through the years? How many times it's drifted to get to that point? So we're on our way back out right here. Just easing down the creek. We're almost to the main road coming into Mandalay. Okay, let's look at this little spot I just noticed. If you look across the creek, you see that little tree there? Little bottle. If you look right there in the bank, you can tell that's bags of concrete that's been piled. I don't know how well you can tell it in this cell phone camera. But that's what that is. That's been reinforced with concrete right there. And just up above it looks like some type of pilings or something. Some type of wood. Might just be driftwood. I can't get over there. Well, we didn't see a lot of wildlife today, but we did see some beautiful swampland and creeks, and all that's off of just the side of one roadbed. I actually came down here today to do a different video, and I wanted to put this in to let you know that for all of you that's following along that just wanted to see the nature, I heard what you said, and I looked at the poll and seen those numbers were there, that there were some of them. And so this is going to be a little side stint off of this. Some of my trips from now on into the future on these rivers is going to be solely dedicated to this. We're going to get a lot more videos on wildlife and some of the tributaries that's there. This is just a little introduction to this area because we already happen to be down here. So join me back here next time. and we'll do it more in depth. We may even set up on a creek bank somewhere, find us a game trail, and just spend the day and see what comes through. I don't know. I appreciate y'all following along.